Hey cats, it's that time of year again. It's getting a little chilly outside. It's about time to fire up the wood burner and get some warmth in the house. A lot of you are burning wood nowadays with fuel prices soaring. You can't afford to do anything else. I burn wood. This heats my whole house. Saves me from paying out a huge fuel bill every year. Well, I'm going to give you a few tips to starting a good fire. There's some safe ways to do it, there's some easy ways to do it, and unfortunately there's a lot of people out there that don't have a clue how to build a fire. Now before you get started, you want to make sure that you got most of the ashes cleaned out of the wood burner. Leave a little bit in there though. It makes a good bed for the coals. You clean everything out of there spotless, you might have a little harder time keeping a fire in there. So this little bit of ashes in here will help your coals to stay hot longer. Your fire will burn just a little bit better. Let's make sure that the chimney's cleaned out at the beginning of the season too. Hire a chimney sweep, or you can buy chimney brushes nowadays that you can run up and knock the creosote out of the chimney. Creosote fires are real common, and it's a good way to burn your house down. So keep that chimney clean, keep the creosote out of it. Now you may say, well, what makes you an expert at building fires? Now, I'm no Boy Scout, but I'm a country boy, and I've always had a little bit of pyromania in me. I've built a lot of fires in my time. I started out by putting some newspaper in there. I use the white part of the newspaper. Don't use those glossy color ads that come with the newspaper. They don't burn too well. After I get a layer of newspaper in there, we've collected some dry sticks out of the yard, and I put some of these smaller sticks in there. That'll get the fire started real easy. Now I like to use these dry sticks for kindling wood, but you can use other scraps of wood too, split them up smaller so they light easy. Now that I've got my kindling wood in here, I split up some smaller stuff, and that'll get the fire burning. The kindling will get that burning, and that'll be a good base for our logs. Now I like to stack this wood so that air can flow in there. Remember, oxygen is real important to starting a fire and keeping it going. So you don't want to layer your newspaper. You want to keep it wadded up so that air can get into it, and then layer your wood on there so lots of air can get in between it, and you'll be sure to start a fire much easier that way. Well, let me go out and get some logs and put on here, and we'll be ready to light it. Alright, here's the meat and potatoes of the fire. These little bigger logs are going to keep the fire going for a nice long time, and it'll keep it warm in here for a good couple hours anyway. I'll stack those in there. Alright, now we're ready to give it a light. Let's see what happens. Light the newspaper at the bottom. Now never use lighter fluids or gasoline, anything in a wood burning stove. If you want to use that outside, that's your own deal, but any kind of lighter fluids in the house will be sure to burn your house down. These are the drafts at the bottom. I open them all the way up, let a lot of air in there to get the fire started. Up top here is my flue, and I want to close that down a little bit. That just kind of slows the heat from going up the chimney, keeps a little more heat in the box, and you can even open that up just a little bit, let a little more air flow through there until your fire gets started. You can see the fire flickering in there now, so hopefully I got a good ignition. This fire will keep burning, and it'll burn good and hot. It'll start getting warm in here. Now remember, gasoline and starting fluids can cause vapors. and the vapors are very explosive. You never want to use that in the house. In fact, you don't ever want to put gasoline on a fire. The vapors are heavy, they'll float to the bottom, and they'll spread out. And when you light that fire, the flame will follow that gas clear out across the floor, and it'll light anything else on fire that's around it. So stick to the newspaper and the kindling wood, and you'll be in good shape.